Time to tackle the question, do cheetahs dig humans, or did those folks on safaris just get crazy lucky? Cheetahs are like nature's ultimate athletes. With their impressive size and spotted coats, they might resemble leopards or jaguars, who are anything but friendly and wouldn't hesitate to turn you into a snack if they found you in their hunting turf. But unlike those fellas, cheetahs often interact with humans in zoos, where they're even taken out on leashes, something pretty unusual for big, toothy carnivores. But can we really say they're just big, chill cats? The cheetah-human relationship is pretty unique. They're well represented in zoos, and keepers often go into their enclosures armed with nothing but a rake for protection. Generally, cheetahs are shy and sometimes downright anxious around intruders, probably because out in the savannah they get smacked around by all sorts of different animals since they're pretty rubbish at self-defense. That's because cheetahs, unlike the real big cats like lions, are specialized for smacking on the rumps of speedy prey like gazelles. So they're real lightweights and aren't built for taking on big, aggressive critters. Believe it or not, a human can look pretty darn big and aggressive even to a cheetah. There ain't no stories of cheetahs offing humans in the wilds. You're way more likely to get offed by a lion who sees you like some lost monkey snack, while the cheetah's more like, who's this bold intruder stepping into my turf without even a howdy? Not very polite. Only a few non-lethal attacks go down each year, and those are almost always from captive cheetahs who've been provoked by some disrespectful jerks. As for the rare folks who've met their end from cheetah attacks, we're talking like 2, including a kid, but there are kids getting sent to the graveyards by pigs, horses, dogs, and we don't label them dangerous, so it doesn't say much except that kids are weak. The other victim was, surprisingly, a grown-ass woman who stupidly waltzed into a cheetah enclosure without no damn permission. Here's the deets on those 2 incidents. On March 18th, 2017, 3-year-old Jacob Pytierse got hit by a cheetah while he was outside playing at director John Vardy's Tiger Canyon, a tiger breeding spot in South Africa. Word is that a shit ton of booze had sneaked into the place under the radar, and the door supposed to keep the cheetah from coming too close to folks was left wide open due to some serious dumbass neglect. Is it the cheetah's fault, or is it on them brainless peeps? That's for you all to decide. On February 13th, 2007, at Alment Zoo in North Belgium, 37-year-old Karen Aerts got wiped off the living list by some cheetahs in their enclosure. She had adopted one of them cheetahs from the exhibit, thanks to the zoo's donation program. She had this bright idea to hide out after the park closed, trying to be all alone after hours. She then managed to snag the keys to them cheetah enclosures, and the results? Game over for Karen. About attacks that didn't send no idiots 6 feet under, the real deal is that any critter with teeth can take a chunk out of your noggin if it feels like it. The difference is the size of their teeth. A mouse bites you, ouchie, ouchie, ouch! A tiger bites you, oh shit, I'm done! Cheetahs are a whole different ball game from lions and tigers. Plus, most healthy folks can fend off their attacks, which are often more like a game or some rowdy behavior from young individuals. In that sense, these incidents ain't all that different from the hundreds of YouTube vids where people get wrecked by their pint-sized pets like house cats. Cheetahs, just like domestic cats, mix playtime behaviors with some psycho predator instincts. The oft-repeated notion that these attacks are cause cheetahs are quote-unquote wild animals doesn't hold much water, cause all cats roll with these rascal-like behaviors. Here are a few examples. Judy Behrens, who owned the Panther Ridge Conservation Center in Florida, was one of the few private cheetah owners in the US. Back in 2008, she was putting on a show with 2 cheetahs when one got all riled up over a bouncing ball. Basically, one of these cheetahs leapt at her, gave her a bite, and tagged her with some claws. Then the other one was like, oh, that looks like a blast, and followed suit. Behrens said she just needed a few stitches, some staples, and antibiotics. She said the attack was quote-unquote no big deal, kinda like how some folks with cats brush off their shredded arms. Then in 2012, Violet DeMello from Aberdeen, Scotland got snatched up by cheetahs while she was chilling in an enclosure petting them at a game reserve in South Africa. Photos of the incident showing her all bloodied up and laid out like she was in a coma spread like wildfire. She claimed she played dead. She ended up with head, gut, and leg injuries. Not exactly a stellar day, huh? In 2013, during the filming of the movie Blended, a cheetah jumped on the famous comedian Adam Sandler. It was swiftly taken off the actor, who didn't get hurt. As for recent incidents, since cheetah attacks are generally quite rare, 2017 was an unusual year. In 2017, there were 3 attacks in the middle of the year, including one fatal, all carried out by captive cheetahs in facilities on the African continent. Back in April, Peggy Leo was visiting the Mdaneni Lodge in South Africa when a cheetah tried to take a bite as she was trying to free herself from its grip. She didn't need any medical treatment after the attack. According to the Daily Mirror, she said, I asked a few Mdaneni Safari Park employees if I should go go see a doctor and get a shot, but they said I didn't need it because the cheetah had already been vaccinated for rabies. The same cheetah attacked another tourist the next day. You'd think the staff would have had the decency to keep it away for a while, but the shameless pursuit of money apparently won out. Anyway, I'll spare you the details of the other similar attacks. Moral of the story, if you leave cheetahs be, at worst they might pay you a friendly visit. But if you act all smart thinking they're harmless kitties, they'll bite your shin and you'll have it coming. So instead of engaging in such nonsense, click on the next video.